Is it okay to use student grade paints? That's a big question when you're just getting started.
That's a cool license plate. I'm on my way to a craft store to buy a really lousy tube of paint. Student grade, cheapo paint. Gamblin's under lock and key.
Find everything alright today?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm just getting out of there now. I've got two different kinds of paint, same pigment, but they're both student grade. They're both way cheaper than some of the artist grade paints. So we're gonna check them out and see how they compare.
Student grade paint is a paint that is made with a low pigment volume, and it has a lot of additives and stabilizers and fillers to keep the shelf life of the tube up. Professional grade paints have a higher pigment volume, and they usually have less fillers, additives, stabilizers to keep the shelf life of the tube up. But almost all of them still do have those. The real difference between student and professional grade paints has to do with their tinting strength and their mixing properties. Student grade paints have very low tinting strength, meaning they don't handle the power of white very well. You add a little bit of white to a lot of a student grade paint and it lightens up tremendously. If you add a little bit of white to a lot of a professional grade paint, it's going to lighten up considerably less. So what's the takeaway here? I would say use the paint you can afford to use, right? And if that's a $9 tube of paint from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I get it. In fact, the choice of the surface that you paint on is a lot more consequential than the types of paints that you're using. With that said, student grade paints are going to create limitations in your painting process as you get better. You think about the old masters, they didn't have student grade and professional grade paint. They just had paint and they made it themselves. So if you really want to figure out how these materials work and you really want to paint better and maybe paint like the old masters did, the answer is you gotta make it yourself.